शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहना भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्लोक 45। पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव क्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते। Saha refers to the yogi, yoga bhrashta, who is reborn in the family of yogis. पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव पूर्वाभ्यासेन एव by the purvabhyasa which already existed in him. Purvabhyasa means purva janmani kritah abhyasa. The abhyasa which he has done in the previous janma. Tena, by that purvabhyasa means the purvabhyasa which already existed in him in the form of samskara. Tena eva purvabhyasena, by that purvabhyasa saha avashaha api kriyate. Avashaha api, even he is avasha, even if he is not willing, without even his will, kriyate, he is pulled towards yoga marga, pulled towards spiritual pursuit. That is why rebirth of a yoga bhrashta in the family of yogis is praiseworthy, durlabhataram, rare to find, and it is superior. So, the following line, it is concluding answer to Arjuna's question. Will the yoga bhrashta get lost? Krishna answers the question. Krishna concludes the answer to the question जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्द ब्रह्माति वर्तते. योगस्य जिज्ञासुः अपि, even if someone is a jijnasu of yoga, he wanted to know about yoga, and therefore he took sannyasa, and he tried practicing yoga because of the jijnasa, though he did not succeed in pursuing yoga. Even then, the result that he gets will be superior to the punya attained through performance of all the vihita karmas in the karma. Yogasya jijnasuh api, even if he was a jijnasu of yoga, shabda brahmati vartate, he transcends Shabda Brahma. Shabda Brahma refers to the Karma Kanda portion of the Veda, implying the phala of the karmas enjoined by the Veda. So he has not tried properly. Arjuna's question, what happens to a yoga bhrashta if he is not successful in attaining the result of yoga? Then what happens? Krishna says, even if he has just started the pursuit of yoga out of jijnasa and he has not attained any success at all, even then he will not have vinasha. Instead, even such a person, he will transcend a person. His phala will transcend a person who has done all the karmas of the karma kanda portion. Then what to talk about? This is a kaimuti kanya. Kaimuti kanyaya means if even such a person who is just a jijnasu transcends the phala of karma kanda, then what to talk about a person who has really made effort? Definitely he will have much higher respect. That is called kaimuti kanya. Someone says, I can jump like Hanuman to Lanka. Your grandson may say this. I can jump like Hanuman to Lanka. Then you ask him, you jump from here to there. Then he tries to jump from 4 feet, 5 feet. He is not able to jump 5 feet. From one tile to another tile, he is not able to jump. Then you ask him, you cannot jump from this place to that place. Then how can you jump to Lanka? It is called kaimuti kanya. Himuta. How can you jump to Lanka? Kimuta means how at all. How at all can you jump to Lanka when you cannot jump these 4 feet? So Kimuta will come. दशांगुलमपि लंघयितुं न शक्नोति किमुत दशयोजनम्. He cannot jump 10 angulas, 10 inches. How can he jump 10 yojana? Yojana is the long distance. So kimuta. So it is called Kaimutikan. So now, even if he is a jignasu of yoga, he will transcend Shabda Brahma. Then what to talk about a person who has made great effort in the pursuit of yoga? Even if he fails in one janma, he is not losing anything. That is the idea. So he will. This idea will continue in the following story. Now he is talking about a person who is not doing much effort in yoga. Even if he is not putting much effort in yoga, he will transcend Shabda Brahma. He will have great gain. Then what will happen to a person who really strikes? He will tell in the next year. So, katham purvadeha buddhi sanyoga viyogaha iti sanyogaha iti
कथं पूर्वदेह बुद्धि संयोग इति
तदुच्यते. So, tatratam buddhi sanyogam labhate purvadehikam. So he gets associated with the buddhi in the previous life, which he has accomplished in the previous life. So how does that purvadeha buddhi sanyoga happen? In what manner does that purvadeha buddhi sanyoga happen, and how does it work? Iti taduchyate. It is being told in the first half of this shloka. Yaha purvajanmani kritaha abhyasaha saha purvabhyasaha tenaiva balavata hriyate hi yasmat avashaha api saha yoga bhrashtaha न कृतं चेत योगाभ्यास संस्कारात् बलवत्तरम् अधर्मादिलक्षणं कर्म तदा योगाभ्यासजनितेन संस्कारेण आह्रियते is a good thing. So yaha purvajanmani kritaha abhyasa, the abhyasa, the practice which he has done in the previous janma, the sadhana which he has done in the previous janma, saha purvabhyasa, it is called purvabhyasa. Tenaiva balavata hriyate, he is pulled by that balavata, which is balavat, which is very powerful. Tenaiva, by that only, the purvabhyasa alone is enough. No other factor is needed. Sometimes he may not have anybody to inspire him also towards spirituality. Nobody needs to inspire. The inclination will start by itself. Therefore, he will get pulled without any inspiration or without any surrounding to influence him. So most often people think you get into spirituality because of some influence from the surrounding or because of some inspiration. Sometimes it may be true, but sometimes it may not be true also. Even without any surrounding inspiration, anybody to inspire you, anybody to introduce you into spirituality. Some people get the inclination purely because of purvabhyasa. Tenaiva balavata kriyate hi yasmat. There is a he in Hyavashopisa. He is equal to yasmat. So this yasmat should be connected with the previous shloka. Etadhi durlabhataram loke janma yadidrasham. This kind of janma is durlabhataram. The reason is given by this. It is indicated by the he in this shloka. Avashopi saha. Saha means yoga bhrashta. The yoga bhrashta. Avashaha, even without his own will, even without his own desire. Sometimes he may feel, I shouldn't have had interest in moksha, but still he is pulled. Avashaha, he is helpless. Helplessly pulled towards moksha. Even he is not able to understand why I am inclined to moksha, why I am attracted to this pursuit. So now, some people may get inclination towards spirituality very early in life, whereas some other people, they start as materials. For a major part of their life, they may not have any interest in spirituality. But then all of a sudden some transformation happens. We observe this in the world. Some people are inclined right from childhood, whereas some after the age of 40 or 50 or 60, whenever. Then all of a sudden they get pulled towards spirituality. Why this difference? Shankaracharya is explaining. For some people, the papa they have done in some previous janma acts as an obstacle. It prevents them from getting the spiritual inclination. It becomes a pratibandha for their spiritual inclination. That is why only when the papa gets exhausted, their pratibandha is gone, then they turn towards spirituality. Whereas for some other people, when they have no powerful papa, There may be some papa, but the papa is not powerful enough to overpower the spiritual samskara. In that case, they might get spiritual inclination right from childhood, right from their early age. So, na kritam ched yogabhyasa samskarat balavattaram adharmadi lakshanam karma. If they have not done any adharma which is more powerful than the samskara brought about by yoga. Yogabhyasa samskara balavattaram adharmadi lakshanam karma. A karma which is in the form of adharma, adharmadi lakshanam. Adharma means dharma, or dharma means the punya which is responsible for material enjoyment. So adharmadi includes papa as well as the punya which is purely for material enjoyment. That kind of karma, if it is not done, so adharmadi lakshanam karma. What kind of adharmadi lakshanam karma? Yogabhyasa samskarat balavattaram. A karma which is more powerful than the yogabhyasa samskara. More powerful than the samskara brought about by yogabhyasa. If that kind of karma na kritam chet, if it is not done, then in that case tada yogabhyasa janitena samskarena kriyate. Then he is pulled by the samskara brought about by yogabhyasa in the previous janma. Kriyate, he is pulled. Because the karma which he has done, papa or maybe binding punya, let's call it binding punya. If the papa or binding punya are not powerful enough to suppress the samskara, if they are not powerful enough to overpower the samskara, then he is pulled towards spirituality right from the beginning. But then there is another possibility. Adharmaschet balavattarah kritaha.
Adharmaschet balavattarah kritaha.
Tena yogajopi samskaraha.
Yogajopi samskaraha.
Abhibhuyate eva.
Abhibhuyate eva.
Takshayetu yogajas samskaraha swayameva karyam arabhate na dirghakalasthasyapi vinashastasya asti ityarthaha. Adharmaschet balavattara krita. Suppose he has done lot of adharma. Balavattara adharma. Adharma, which is balavattara, more powerful than the spiritual samskara. And here adharma includes the punya which takes people to America also. Babysitting punya. Babysitting punya means the punya responsible for material enjoyment. Material happiness. So, adharmaschet, if he has done balavattaraha adharma, balavattaraha adharmaha kritaha chet, if that kind of adharma is done, then by that adharma, yogajopi samskaraha abhibhuyate eva. The samskara brought about by yoga, yogajaha api samskaraha abhibhuyate eva. It will be overpowered, and for a while it will stop the yogaja samskara from working. It won't allow the yogaja samskara to work. Tat chayet, when the adharma gets exhausted after a while, sometimes it may take more than one janma also. Tat chayetu yogajaha samskaraha. Then the yogaja samskara, the samskara brought about by yoga, it is free from obstacle. Then swayameva karyam arabhate. Then it starts working by itself when there is nothing to stop it. So, what it implies, this discussion implies that this discussion which Shankaracharya began, which the Bhashyakara is presenting, the two possibilities. By implication, we have to understand that the yogaja samskar will never get destroyed. Sometimes it may get hidden in some people, and later on it may manifest, maybe after 10 janmas. But it will never get destroyed. Therefore, the effort that you put in the pursuit of yoga, it is not a waste. It will never go waste. Dirghakalasthasyapi tasya vinashah na asti ityartha. Dirghakalasthasya api, the yogaja samskara, even if it remains for a long time, na vinashaha, it is not lost. Ityartha. So, this is the Bhashya of first half. Now, second half. In the second half, Bhagavan is glorifying the pursuit of yoga. Jijñāsurapi yogasya Swarupam jñātumikṣan yogamarge pravrittaha sannyasi yogabhrashtaha samarthyat sopi shabda brahma Vedokta karmanusthana phalam ativartate apakarishyati kimuta buddhva yogam tannishtaha abhyasam kuryat yogasya jijñāsuhu api. The jijñāsu of yoga, even a jijñāsu of yoga. And Bhashyakara explains the jijñāsu of yoga. Yogasya swarupam jñātumikṣan. He has a desire to know the swarupa of yoga. He has a desire to understand yoga. That means he doesn't know yoga properly. He just started as a student. Yoga marge pravritta. So he engaged in yoga marga just as a student, just as a beginner. Yoga bhrashtaha. That kind of yoga bhrashta. The yoga bhrashta was just a beginner. And sometimes people remain beginners all their life. They don't progress because they don't put effort. So Krishna is talking about such people. So samarthyat sannyasi. By samarthya, we understand that he is a sannyasi. What is the samarthya? Already we have discussed. If he is a yogi, if he has taken into yoga, that means he has to be a sannyasi. Because the description of a yogi is nirashira parigraha itya. So samarthyat sannyasi. Even that kind of a sannyasi. A sannyasi who just want to understand yoga. A beginner sannyasi. And that kind of yoga bhrashta. He started as a beginner, but he did not progress much because of whatever reason. He remained a beginner. He could not make much effort towards progress in yoga. Bhagawad glorifies him. Even such a person, saha api shabda brahmati vartate. Shabda brahma means Vedokta karmanusthana phalam. Shabda Brahma refers to Veda. And Veda refers to, Veda implies by Lakshanaya, we should understand Vedokta karmanusthana phalam. The result of the performance of karma enjoined by the Veda. Ativartate apakarishyati. He transcends. He will transcend. Ativartate. So, Bhashyakara explains this as a kaimutika nyaya. If even such a person gets so much punya that he transcends Shabda Brahma, then what about a person who understands yoga properly? Kimuta, then what to talk about? Buddhayo yogam tannishtaha abhyasam kuryat. Yaha mumukshuhu yogam buddha, understanding yoga properly, understanding how to do yoga, how to do nididhyasana, implying that he does Ravana, Manana, Ityadi properly. And then Tannishtaha, Yoganishtaha, he commits himself to yoga, he commits himself to Nididhyasanam, Abhyasam Kuryat, and he practices Nididhyasanam for a while. So, definitely he will get much more phala. He will transcend Shabda Brahma and he will get much more also. So this is one greatness of yoga. So Jijñāsurapi yogasya Shabda Brahmati vartate points at the greatness of being a yogi. Even if you become a beginner in the pursuit of yoga, you are greater than a karmi. So now, further greatness of yogi is stated in the following shloka. Prayatnadyatamaanastu
प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु
yogi samshuddha kilbishah
योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः
aneka samsiddhah
अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धः
tato yati parangatim.
ततो याति परां गतिम्
Two means unlike a jignasu who is just a beginner. Prayatnadyatamanah, a yogi who makes effort in yoga. Prayatnadyatamanah, who makes proper effort in the pursuit of it. Samshuddha kilbishah, he becomes free from all kilbisha. He becomes all free from all papa. Aneka janma samsiddhah, so he attains samsiddhi after many janmas. That kind of a yogi who makes effort, he becomes aneka janma samsiddha. He becomes a samsiddha. Samsiddha means he attains the result of yoga, which is in the form of jnana. And jnana is a result of many janmas of effort, not just one janma. Therefore, Krishna calls him aneka janma samsiddha. So, if anybody becomes samsiddha, they are aneka janma samsiddha. Because samsiddhi is a result of many janmas. Accumulation. It's a result of cumulative effect of many janmas. Tataha param gatim yati. Tataha, by getting samsiddhi, because of jnana, param gatim yati, he attains paragati. Paragati means the greatest gati, greatest goal, called moksha. He attains moksha. So now, we'll see the Bhashya. Kutascha yogitvam shreyah iti.
कुतश्च योगित्वं श्रेयः इति
Kutaha cha, because of what reason also. In addition to the reason mentioned in the previous shloka, cha, kutaha, because of what reason, yogitvam shreyah, being a yogi is superior than karmi. Being a yogi is superior, later. प्रयत्नाद्यतमानः
प्रयत्नाद्यतमानः
अधिकतरं यतमानः इत्यर्थः
अधिकतरं यतमानः इत्यर्थः
तत्र
तत्र
योगी
विद्वान्
संशुद्धकिल्बिषः
संशुद्धकिल्बिषः
विशुद्धकिल्बिषः
विशुद्धकिल्बिषः
संशुद्धपापः
संशुद्धपापः
अनेकेषु जन्मसु
अनेकेषु जन्मसु
किञ्चित् किञ्चित्
किंचित किंचित
संस्कारजातं
संस्कारजातम्
उपचित्य
उपचित्य
तेन उपचितेन
तेन उपचितेन
अनेकजन्मकृतेन
अनेकजन्मकृतेन
संसिद्धः
संसिद्धः
अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धः
अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धः
ततः
ततः
लब्धसम्यग्दर्शनः सन्
लब्धसम्यक् दर्शनः सन्
याति
याति
परां
परां
प्रकृष्टां गतिं
प्रकृष्टां गतिम्
प्रयत्नाद्यतमानः means अधिकतरं यतमानः इत्यर्थः. He makes greater effort than the previous one who is just a jignasu. Tatra, so tatra means yoga vishaye prayatnatireke sati. When he makes greater effort in the pursuit of yoga, tatra evam sati. Tatra means tatra evam sati. When he makes greater effort, yogi, vidwan, yogi means vidwan. Yogi is a jnani. Samshuddha kilvishaha. So, samshuddha kilvishaha, vishuddha kilvishaha, samshuddha papaha. He is cleansed of all papas because of his effort. Anekeshu janmasu, aneka janma samsiddhaha is explained. How he ultimately becomes a jnani. Anekeshu janmasu, in many janmas, in each janma, kinchit kinchit samskarajatam upachitya. He accumulates a little bit of samskar. Kinchit kinchit samskarajatam. He accumulates a little bit of samskar in each janma. Tena upachitena aneka janma kritena samsiddha. So aneka janma kritena upachitena samskarajatena. The samskar which is accumulated in many janmas, he becomes samsiddha. He attains samsiddhi, means he attains jnana finally. Tataha labdha samyak darshanah san. Tataha, because of that, means labdha samyak darshanah san. Being a labdha samyak darshan. Labdham samyak darshanam yena saha labdha samyak darshanah. So, he has attained jnana. So here, aneka janma samsiddha. Samsiddhi can be understood as chitta shuddhi also. In that case, tataha. Tataha means by means of that chitta shuddhi. Labdha samyak darshanah san. So being a labdha samyak darshan, he gets jnana by means of chitta shuddhi. Param means prakrishtam gatim yati. He attains paragati, means prakrishtagati. Ultimate goal, moksha. So samsiddha can be understood as samsiddhi can be understood as jnana also or sattva shuddhi also. Bhashya will connect well if we take it as sattva shuddhi. Aneka janma samsiddha means he attained sattva shuddhi through many janmas. And then he attains labdha samyak darshana tataha. And then parangatim yat. तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी
तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी
ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः
ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी
तस्माद्योगी भवार्जुन.
तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन.
This is a glorification of yogi. Yogi tapasvibhyah adhikah. Yogi is greater than tapasvi. There are tapasvis. Tapasvis are people who do lot of austerities, standing on one leg, hand raised always up. There are some such babas. One hand is always up. There are such tapasvis. Yogi, a person who does nididhyasanam, he is greater than tapasvis. He may not even do fasting, etc. He is dedicating his time for contemplation. Then he is greater than tapasvi. Jnanibhyopi matodhikah. Jnanibhyah api yogi adhikah mata. Yogi is understood, mataha, understood, to be greater than jnanis also. So, see, jnani, brahmajnani is greater than everyone. Because ultimately we have to become brahmajnani. In fact, one is yogi. Yoga is meant for brahmajnani. And ultimately a yogi becomes brahmajnani. So, yogi is a brahmajnani. Then how can you say yogi is greater than jnani? Therefore, Bhashyakara says, here jnani should be understood as a person who knows Shastra, Shastrartha Panditya. He is a scholar. He has studied the Shastra. Jnanibhyah api adhikah vata. Not a brahmajnani, but any other scholar. Karmibhyashchadhiko yogi. Yogi is superior to karmis. Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Hey Arjuna. Therefore, tasmat tam yogi bhava. You become a yogi. Finally, you have to become a yogi. Not immediately. Now you have to do karma. Already Krishna has told Tasmad Yudhyasva Bharata. Later on, when you are ready, then you become a yogi. That is the Yasmadevam
Yasmadevam
Tasmat
tasmat
Tapasvibhyah
tapasvibhyah
Yogi Adhikah
adhikah yogi
Tapasvibhyah
tapasvibhyah
Adhikah
अधिकः
yogi
योगी
jnanibhyopi
ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि
jnanam atra
ज्ञानम् अत्र
शास्त्रार्थ पांडित्यम
शास्त्रार्थपाण्डित्यम्
तद्वद्भ्यः अपि मतः
तत्त्वभ्यः अपि मतः
ज्ञातः
ज्ञातः
अधिकः
अधिकः
श्रेष्ठः इति
श्रेष्ठः इति
कर्मिभ्यः
कर्मिभ्यः
अग्निहोत्रादिकर्म
अग्निहोत्रादिकर्म
तद्वद्भ्यः
तत्त्वभ्यः
अधिकः
अधिकः
योगी
योगी
विशिष्टः
विशिष्टः
यस्मात्
यस्मात्
तस्मात्
तस्मात्
योगी भव अर्जुन
योगी भव अर्जुन
यस्मात् एवं since it is so referring to previous two shlokas first second half of shloka 44 and shloka 45 which give the reason why yogi is great tasmat therefore tapasvibhyah adhikah yogi yogi is greater than tapasvi jnanibhyopi what is jnana jnanam atra shastrartha pandityam here jnana is scholarship in terms of shastrartha the meaning of shastra tadvadbhyah api matah matah means jnatah understood tadvadbhyah means shastrartha pandityavadbhyah those who have shastrartha panditya compared to them also yogi is adhikaha means shreshtha yogi is greater कर्मेभ्यः अग्निहोत्रादि कर्म अग्निहोत्रा इत्यादि और कर्म तद्वद्भ्यः those who have karma those who perform karma even compared to them yogi is adhikaha adhikaha means vishishtaha he excels he is greater tasmat therefore yogi bhava he arjuna योगिनामपि सर्वेषां
योगिनामपि सर्वेषां
मद्गतेन अन्तरात्मना
मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना
श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां
श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां
समे युक्ततमो मतः
समे युक्ततमो मतः
So, the Vyakhyanakaras explain that this shloka is about the yogi who meditates on Ishvara, who meditates on Paramatma. He is compared to the other yogis. Who are the other yogis? There are many yogis. Anybody who practices meditation is a yogi. There are various types of people practicing various types of meditation. Nowadays, so many people are practicing secular meditation. Even they are yogis. Vipassana meditation. It is also yoga, a kind of meditation. They may also enter into samadhi. And then in olden days, there were other, not only olden days, even now. There are many people who meditate on various devatas, for getting some shakti, etc. So, one may think even such yogis are greater when Krishna has told yogi is great. So therefore, Bhagavan says, among all yogis, which yogi is great? The one who meditates on Paramatma, he is great, not the other yogis. Because the other yogis may not get moksha. They will get siddhi, etc. They will not get moksha. If you have to get moksha, you have to meditate on Paramatma, either Saguna or Nirguna. So, Sarvesham yoginam api, among all yogis also. Sarvesham yoginam api madhye, among all yogis also. Yaha, the yogi, yaha yogi, madgatena antaratmana, whose mind is fixed on Ishvara. Madgatena means Paramatmagatena, antaratmana. His mind is fixed on Ishvara. Shraddhavan. And why his mind is fixed on Ishvara? Because he has Shraddha in Ishvara. Shraddhavan Mam bhajate, worships me through meditation, worships me through abiding, fixing his mind on me. Sa me yuktatamo mataha. He is yuktatamaha. Yuktatamaha means he is greatest among yogis. Me mataha. This is my vision. This is my vision. Sarveshamapi yoginamapi
yoginamapi
sarvesham rudradityadithyanaparanam madhye
rudradityadithyanaparanam madhye
madgatena mayi vasudeve samahitena antaratmana antahkaranena shraddhavan shraddadhanasan bhajate sevate yo mam same mama yuktatamaha atishayena yuktaha mataha abhipretah iti sarvesham yoginamapi, among all yogis, who are all yogis, rudradityadithyanaparanam madhye, among the people who are engaged in meditation on Rudra, Aditya, Ityadi, other devatas, among all of them, yaha madgatena mayi vasudeve samahitena antahkaranena, whose antaratma means antahkarana is samahita, focused on Vasudeva, Ishvara, Paramatma. Shraddhavan, Shraddadhanaha san bhajate, sevate, worships, serves, yo mam saha me mama yuktatamaha, means atishayena yuktaha, very much focused, properly focused. Mataha abhipretaha, is my vision. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om